The Simpsons movie. Yep, that's right. That's the line from the opening scene in the Simpsons movie. So yeah, and also speaking of the Simpsons movie, yes, I did first review the Simpsons movie on April 6th of 2021, and I am reviewing it today actually. So yeah, and also speaking of the Simpsons movie, okay guys, and today I am going to be reviewing the Simpsons movie. So yeah, so before I go, I'm going to say this. I'm going to go right over here. So yeah, cue the intro. Okay guys, this is it. And today I am going to be reviewing this movie right now today. So yeah. So without further ado, I am going to be reviewing this movie right now actually. So yeah. Hey guys, this is Evan's Disney's Film Corner 2023 here, and today, guess what guys? And today I am going to be reviewing the Simpsons movie. Came in the year of 2007. So yeah. So yeah guys, so I am going to read this plot on the internet. So yeah. So basically what the plot's about, the collaboration of Homer, his new pet pig, and a leaky silo full of excitement and triggers a disaster and threatens into not just Springfield but the entire world. An angry mob of deceased on the Simpsons home, spilling the family with Earth's fate in the balance. Homer sets on a quest for redemption in order to save the world and also earn Maggie forgiveness. So yeah. So that's basically what the plot's about this movie. So yeah, so I did remember that this movie actually did came out, even though it actually came out in Springfield on July 21st of 2007, and it got released in the United States on July even though it did get released in theaters on July 27th of 2007, and I know this movie is actually 87 minutes long actually. So yeah. And also yeah. And also I know this movie was a massive success actually. It actually, and it was the second traditional animated film, that highest grossing traditional animation film with the highest grossing traditional animated film, and the highest grossing hand drawn film of all time is The Lion King actually. So yeah, even though it did receive an enormous awards, including a Golden Globe for Best Animated Feature at the 65th Golden Globe Awards actually. So yeah. And also yeah. And I know this movie has a budget of 75 million. I know this movie has a budget of $75 million actually. So yeah. So yeah guys. So what do I think of this movie? I have to say this. It's definitely such an amazing film actually. I mean, this is definitely such a great film of my favorite show of all time, The Simpsons. I mean, yeah, The Simpsons is definitely my favorite show of all time, even though Phineas and Ferb is my second favorite, and my number one favorite show of all time is definitely The Simpsons. I would say the original Simpsons, actually. I mean, yeah, I just absolutely love The Simpsons movie. It's a lot of fun, and yeah. Yeah, and also, yeah, even though, Matt, Gomberg is actually the creator of The Simpsons actually. So yeah, so I do remember that this movie actually had a very interesting production history. Like in development, the production and staff considered a film adaptation since early in the series actually, which honestly, yeah, they actually were gonna make it a musical, but they decided to drop that, and also yeah, this movie actually took a long time to make actually, but also yeah, even though yeah, and also yeah, there's also and also the first recasting table readings began in May of 2005, and also beginning recordings every week from June 2006 till the end of production actually. So yeah, and also yeah, and also there were attempts to make that that old Simpsons episode a movie, but that honestly got dropped actually. But honestly, yeah, I did know that this movie had a really interesting production history. Like, yeah, I mean, it actually took a long time to actually make this movie, but it was worth it actually. So yeah, but I know this movie was originally going to be the grand finale of The Simpsons, but ever since the massive success of the movie, the Fox decided to actually continue the series. It's just like with SpongeBob, like the SpongeBob SquarePants movie was originally going to be the grand finale of SpongeBob, but ever since the massive success of that movie, they decided to continue the series actually. So yeah, and also yeah, I just love this movie. This is definitely a fantastic movie. I mean, yeah, and also yeah, and also let's talk about the cast of this movie, on which they all did fantastic in this movie as well. So yeah, like Dan Cussender as Homer Simpson was fantastic. I mean, and he also voiced other characters in this movie as well. And also Judy Crover as Maggie was also great. And also Selma Prover, and also Patty Periver, which, sorry I mispronounced that character's name, but that's okay. And also and also Leela Yola Smith, who played Lisa Simpson, was great in this movie as well. So yeah, even the characters in this movie was fantastic. Like I definitely thought the Simpsons family was great in this movie as well. And also and also I definitely thought Homer Simpson was absolutely hilarious in the beginning in the theater, where the theater screen just blew up, and honestly the um and Homer Simpson actually said to the audience that, if you ask me, that everyone in this theater is a giant sucker, especially you. That is just so funny. That always makes me laugh. So yeah, yeah, and also, even though this is actually the first movie from Fox Animation, from 20th Century Fox Animation actually, even though 20th Century Fox is now called 20th Century Studios now. So yeah, and also and also yeah, and also yeah, and I definitely really like the climax at the end of the movie, where Homer Simpson and Bart Simpson actually got rid of actually blew up the glass dome that Springfield was trapped in, and it actually it was honestly a really exciting climax actually. So yeah, and also yeah. And now let's talk about the music and the score of this movie, which is actually composed by the one and only Hans Zimmer, which honestly, his score of this movie is definitely fantastic and definitely absolutely phenomenal to this day. It still holds up 16 years later. It still is fantastic. I mean, yeah, I know that this movie actually turned 15 years old last year, but now this movie's actually 16 years old this year actually. So yeah. And also back onto on the Simpsons movie actually, which I am talking about, the composer Hans Zimmer, which honestly, his score of this movie is definitely fantastic. I mean, yeah, he did compose The Lion King actually, which honestly, yeah, from 1994 actually, which honestly, yeah. And and also Hans Zimmer actually did compose the 2011 animated movie Rango actually, which I already reviewed on my channel on June 30th of 2023. You can actually check that out on my channel. Actually, I actually made it on my channel just um um I meant in 1.5 ago, actually, on June 30th. So yeah, and also his score. To be honest, Hans Zimmer of this movie, his score is definitely fantastic. Like, it's still phenomenal. Like, yeah, it's definitely fantastic. I mean, I have nothing else to say. So yeah, and now let's talk about the animation of this movie. I have to say, it still holds up to this day. It still looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean, yeah. I mean, it still holds up to this day. I mean, yeah, it still definitely looks fantastic. I mean, yeah. And also, the one thing that I really like about the animation of this movie is that this movie is actually shot in CinemaScope, actually, which honestly makes the movie very widescreen. Actually, which this movie is very widescreen, which I know that this same aspect ratio was also used for the Bob's Burgers movie as well, actually. So yeah, and also, yeah, I know CinemaScope was also used with the Bob's Burgers movie as well. So yeah, just as much as the Simpsons movie. So yeah, and also yeah, and even the locations of this movie definitely do look fantastic. They still look gorgeous to this day. 16 years later, it still looks fantastic. So yeah, and also, so yeah, I mean, yeah, the animation is definitely fantastic. I would say that this is just as good as the as my favorite show of all time, The Simpsons. I mean, yeah, this is definitely, and even the Simpsons, even the Simpsons movie is actually my third favorite movie of 2020. The Simpsons movie is actually my third favorite movie of 2007, right under my second favorite being Ratatouille, and my number one favorite movie of 2007 being Enchanted. So yeah. So overall, guys, I have nothing else to say about this movie. So yeah. So overall, guys, if you haven't seen the Simpsons movie, where have you been? I highly recommend it. So yeah. So I am going to give the Simpsons movie a 10 out of 10 spectacular. So yeah, guys, what do you think of my review on the Simpsons movie? So yeah, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe my channel, and make sure to like this video. So yeah, so stay tuned for my movie review on Saving Mr. Banks, which will be coming out Friday, August 25th of this year. So stay tuned for that. And my final August review of this year in 2023 with Get a Horse, which I am going to be doing my short review on that on Tuesday, August 29th. So stay tuned for that. So yeah. And also stay tuned for my sneak peek reviews of the reviews that I'm going to be reviewing for August of 2023 on Thursday, August 24th of this year. So stay tuned for that. So yeah. So yeah, guys. So I make this wish, doing something more for us than this. Oh, more than this. Oh. Who's your favorite fearless hero? Who's your favorite fearless hero? We don't talk about Bruno, no. We don't talk about Bruno. See the light with the sky meets the sea. It calls me, and no one knows before it goes. If the wind in my sail and the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go. Oh, remember me, though I have to travel far, and bye.